When you're part of a community that has been mistreated, outcasted, and not been supported by your own family and your own people in your life that are supposed to support you, you've learned this chosen family. You learn to like come together and love each other and support each other. The culture I'm trying to create is definitely a safe space, and a safe space not for just the queer community, but for anyone who at any point in their life have maybe not felt good enough or welcomed or included. I'm Devin, owner of Rebel Razor in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're a place for hair.
And where did you grow up?
Mostly we lived in a small town outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I went to high school in the 90s, and there was not really any queer representation at all. I was kind of the only out queer person your close friends knew. The people you hung out with, I hung out with this group of girls in my 20s, and we would all hang out at this pool hall together. And now hindsight, I'm like, we were all very obviously queer, but at the time no one really said that out loud. When I was a teenager, I was a chronic runaway. I spent a lot of times in runaway shelters. I spent a lot of times just escaping. And one thing I used to do is I would just go out at night, because to me, nighttime was safe. I would just sneak out and play music and just walk the streets for no reason. Sometimes I would go feed the fish at the pond. And I think that was the only time I felt safe. I actually dropped out of school 3 times because my family didn't support my idea of going to school, because they felt like as a woman, my role was to be a mom and to be a wife. And that was my only role in life. When I was in my mid-20s, that was kind of whenever I started my journey into what I'll call being my authentic self. Being your authentic self can really allow you to be happy. One of the first things I noticed about Pittsburgh is that they have a large queer community. There's a lot of gay bars, but I noticed very quickly there wasn't a lot of other businesses that were queer focused or queer owned. Not only for queer people to work, but then also for queer people to have a safe space to be in. My son had always dreamed of going to film school in Pittsburgh, and he was afraid I wouldn't leave the comfort of this house. I in that moment was like, whoa, and I'm like, of course I would move there. I would do anything for you. I want to support your journey and your dream. That was very important to me as a parent. As I began to build clientele and clients came in and said, hey, I'm looking for a queer spot, and this is as close as I could get is you in a barber shop that had a very masculine atmosphere. It became apparent there was this need here. And I actually ended up getting a part-time job at a restaurant, and I met a few other people that were like, oh, I used to do hair, but I quit because there was nowhere for me to work. And so I began to learn this wasn't just a problem for me. This is a Pittsburgh problem. I feel like the biggest problem in our industry is people just don't listen to the client. They don't listen to the person in their chair. They have these predetermined ideas or opinion of how people should look. And most of the time, that's in a very gendered box. Assuming guys want short hair, women want long hair. And then whenever you break out of that mold, you break out of that box, people don't know what to do with that. It's so important to have businesses that people can come in and just feel comfort, whether or not they're actually gonna get a haircut or eat a meal. Like sometimes they just want to experience the environment in a city like Pittsburgh that they can just feel at home. If I could tell 15-year-old me anything, I think I would just tell her that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that one day you're gonna have a beautiful life. It's hard to imagine where I came from and to see where I'm at now. It doesn't matter if you're male or female or trans or non-binary. My skill level and most stylist skill levels, you should be able to cut all people's hair. It shouldn't begin and end by what you identify as. So what I would like to do as a stylist and a barber is let's break free of these molds and these boxes that we put ourselves in that make people think this is the only way to be feminine or this is the only way to be masculine. My hope is that they walk away from our business feeling more of their authentic self, that they feel hey, maybe the world's a little less scary.